Hello, we are Group 8B and this is our video presentation. We'll be focusing on the topic which most interested us during this semester in MDP, stakeholders. A stakeholder is any person or organization who can be either positively or negatively impacted by or cause an impact upon the actions of a company.
In order to identify a company's stakeholders, you must first identify the perspectives of the company. Every company will fall under one of the following two perspectives. The first of these is the objective of a business is to make profit for its shareholders. This is the shareholder perspective. The other is companies are networks of parties working towards a shared goal to create mutually beneficial results. This is the stakeholder perspective.
The company which we have chosen to exemplify stakeholders through is Volkswagen. This is a German car manufacturer and is a very interesting company to examine at the moment due to its recent scandal regarding their cheating of emissions tests, causing many of their cars to be recalled.
The main stakeholders surrounding Volkswagen are the shareholders. They're interested in Volkswagen and their profits in order to receive fair dividends. They're also an influence as they are able to sell shares if they feel Volkswagen is underperforming. They can also vote in the annual general meetings for board of directors and can negotiate better dividends if they feel they are deserved. Also the employees. Employees are interested in Volkswagen's profit for a good rate of pay and also good working conditions. They are influenced by the industrial actions to put pressure on Volkswagen to meet their demands. Also, the customers. These are interested in value for money and a high quality product or service that Volkswagen provides. They are influenced as they're for removing their custom and going to fellow competitors. They can also bad word of mouth deterring others from Volkswagen. Competitors such as Audi. They're interested in Volkswagen's profits and operations to see if they're performing better or at a lower cost. They can influence this as changing their prices up or down, putting pressure on Volkswagen to do the same, offering deals to steal Volkswagen's customers for their own. There's also regulators, directors, media, the local community, local governments, banks and investors.
Stakeholders can be effectively analysed through a power interest matrix. This is a diagram which classifies stakeholders in relation to their power and the extent to which they are likely to show interest in the action of the organisation. This can indicate the nature of the relationships which should be adopted with each group.
We have drawn up Volkswagen's power interest matrix illustrating which of its stakeholders can make, break or shake the success of the business. As you can see from the matrix we have drawn up, we have placed the board of directors at the top right of the grid, giving them the most power and the most interest over Volkswagen. This is because it is the board of directors who make decisions on the running of the company. Because of this, they have the highest degree of power. They also have very high interest in the company doing well to secure their jobs and income. Media have interest in Volkswagen but have low power over their actions. This is because they are able to report upon both positives and negatives of the company, for example, their recent scandal. However, have little power due to only being able to indirectly impact the company through its customers. Investors similarly have relatively high interest but low interest over the company. This is because of their expecting a return on their investment, however do not make decisions within the organization and so have low influence over it. We place regulators as having high power and interest in Volkswagen as they are interested in Volkswagen's compliance to standards and regulations. And if these are not complied, they have the power to, in extreme consequences, close down the business. Employees were also placed with high interest and relatively high power as they are interested in good working conditions as well as good rate of pay and can influence the company through the likes of industrial action, however again do not make decisions in the running of the company.
Stakeholders can move along the grid depending on the actions to make, break or shake the success of Volkswagen. As you can see, few stakeholders have been moved. Firstly, we have moved the media downwards on the grid, giving them less interest as their interest is likely to fall naturally as time passes from the recent scandal. Investors have been moved up and so give them more interest into Volkswagen. This would happen if they invested more money into the company, making them expect a higher return. We have moved regulators vastly to the left, taking away a lot of their power. This could be done through lobbying, providing more flexibility for the company. Lastly, employees were moved right, giving them more power. This could be done through promotions, building up motivation and productivity, building both an interest in the company and giving employees more responsibility and power over its operations.
To conclude, stakeholders are a vital part of any organisation, and actions undertaken by these organisations cannot go unnoticed by the stakeholders. Because of this, companies such as Volkswagen must be very careful to consider all stakeholders and the effects that their actions will have upon these.